Hello investors, this is Zil from Equitymaster. At Equitymaster, our core philosophy revolves around enabling mindful investors to think and act like long-term owners of businesses rather than short-term traders. When we refer to a mindful investor, we mean an investor who applies discipline, patience, and analytical rigor to decision making. Mindfulness in investing is about filtering out market noise, avoiding behavioral biases, and relying on structured processes. This presentation focuses on how Equitymaster Custom Screener plays a foundational role in that process by helping investors impose structure at the very first stage of stock selection. Now here is a 7-step framework that investors can follow to build a customized stock screener using the Equitymaster Screener. The purpose of this framework is to move investors away from ad hoc stock discovery and towards a rule-based screening methodology. Each step incrementally narrows the investable universe, ensuring that only companies aligned with predefined financial, strategic, and valuation parameters progress to deeper analysis. Equity markets operate in an environment of continuous information flow. Daily price movements, earnings announcements, macroeconomic data, policy changes, brokerage reports, and social media commentary collectively create significant informational noise. For most investors, this noise increases the likelihood of cognitive and behavioral biases such as recency bias, herd behavior, and overreaction to short-term events. Without a screening framework, it becomes difficult to distinguish between meaningful signals and temporary market narratives. The Indian equity market comprises thousands of listed companies across sectors, market capitalizations, and business cycles. Each company generates extensive financial data in the form of annual reports, quarterly results, conference calls, and regulatory disclosures. For a retail investor, analyzing this entire data set comprehensively is neither efficient nor scalable. Information overload often results in fragmented analysis or reliance on external recommendations. A stock screener directly addresses this challenge by reducing the analytical universe before any company-specific deep dive begins. Equitymaster's Custom Screener is designed to function as a front-end research filter. It allows investors to define screening criteria across multiple dimensions: sector exposure, market capitalization, financial performance, and valuation matrix. Instead of starting with stock names or price charts, investors begin by articulating what constitutes an acceptable investment. This ensures that subsequent analysis is aligned with the investor's objectives, risk tolerance, and return expectations. The first step involves signing in and creating a Equitymaster's Custom Screener login ID. At this stage, investors are not evaluating companies, they are defining constraints. These constraints reflect preferences such as business size, financial stability, growth orientation, or valuation comfort, which serve as the foundation for all subsequent filtering. Annual reports remain indispensable for understanding business quality, management intent, and long-term strategy. However, reading annual reports across the entire market universe is inefficient at the initial stage. The Equitymaster's Custom Screener extracts key quantitative variables from financial statements, revenues, earnings, return ratios, and leverage matrix, and presents them in a standardized format. This enables investors to shortlist companies quantitatively before committing time to qualitative analysis. Step 2. Filter stocks by sector or market capitalization. This step allows investors to manage structural risk exposure. Sector filters align stock selection with macroeconomic or industry-specific views, while market capitalization filters address liquidity, volatility, and business maturity considerations. For example, an investor seeking relatively stable cash flows may restrict screening to large-cap companies in sectors such as technology or FMCG. In contrast, an investor targeting higher growth may focus on mid-cap companies operating in growth sectors such as electronics manufacturing or telecom. Step 3. Filter stocks by themes. Thematic filters allow investors to further refine stock selection based on macro tailwinds rather than just size or sector. Themes may reflect attributes such as regulatory upside, capex plans, tax incentives, and importantly, policy reforms. This step ensures that screening aligns with the investor's strategy, whether it is long-term compounding, income generation, or cyclical recovery. Uncluttered view of wealth-creating stocks. By this stage, a significant portion of listed stocks which do not qualify has been excluded. The remaining universe consists of companies that broadly satisfy sector, size, and thematic requirements. This uncluttered view is critical from a workflow perspective. Equitymaster's Custom Screener allows investors to concentrate analytical effort on businesses with higher probability of long-term wealth creation rather than expending resources on marginal opportunities. Now coming to step 4, screen stocks by fundamentals. This step focuses on evaluating the financial strength and sustainability of businesses. Fundamental filters such as revenue growth, profit growth, return on equity, and debt levels provide insight into operational efficiency and capital allocation discipline. For example, an investor may screen for companies that may have delivered consistent earnings growth with return on equity above a certain threshold and manageable leverage, indicating the ability to compound capital over time. Step 5. Screen stocks by valuations. Valuation screening introduces pricing discipline into the investing process. Even high-quality businesses can deliver suboptimal returns if acquired at excessive valuations. By applying valuation metrics such as price to earnings or price to book ratios on the screener, investors can ensure that shortlisted companies offer a reasonable balance between growth prospects and valuation upside. Coming to step 6, run customized queries. Customized queries integrate all selected filters into a unified screening framework. This ensures that companies must satisfy every condition simultaneously to appear in the results. From a process standpoint, this removes discretion and subjectivity from initial stock shortlisting, reinforcing consistency and repeatability. The results generated on Equitymaster's Custom Screener represent a qualified shortlist. These are not recommendations, but companies that meet clearly defined screening parameters. This shortlist serves as the starting point for deeper fundamental, qualitative, and valuation analysis. The ability to save or download screening results on Equitymaster's Custom Screener allows investors to convert analysis into a structured watch list. How does that help? Such watch lists can be monitored across market cycles, reviewed during earnings seasons, or revisited during periods of market volatility when valuation opportunities emerge. Coming to step 7, save or download queries. Saving queries in Equitymaster's Custom Screener ensures continuity in the research process. Investors can rerun the same screener periodically, update parameters, or refine criteria as market conditions evolve. This promotes a systematic approach to investing rather than one-off analysis. To conclude, Equitymaster's Custom Screener is designed to support disciplined, process-driven investing. It helps investors manage information overload, reduce behavioral bias, and focus analytical effort on companies that align with predefined investment criteria. By embedding structure at the earliest stage of research, the screener enables more consistent and informed equity decision-making over the long term. So finally, you are all set to discover India's potentially best wealth-creating stocks with the help of Equitymaster's Custom Screener. We hope that you will make the most of this tool to create your own watch lists and trackers. We would love to hear your suggestions and feedback on how we could make the tool better. Please do write in with your feedback and comments at info@equitymaster.com. Thank you.